in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
You just want that. What you just want that? Riley, cálmate.
On first down, Hines, right side caught by Jackson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the second.
I didn't see it until this morning.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Yeah, hold on. I'm on the phone with Tristan. Give me a second. I'm there. Correct.
Now a play fake here on first down.
Oh, I could have got the sack.
Incomplete.
And that's the thing I feel is like
that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down? The offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
From there.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now a first carry for T.J. Yeldon. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Operating from the gun. Hines, he goes underneath for Yeldon. They showed a little athletic juke, but then the daylight quickly closed. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, on comes the Chargers kicker, Caleb Sturgis. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Correct.
From the gun on 3rd down, Klein, and he's able to find Diggs. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They stopped him shy of the marker, thought they were bringing up 4th down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent, but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Klein. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... That's caught inside the 20. He got 29 yards that time. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. In for the score. And the Browns have taken the early lead. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Chargers, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Throwing on first down. Hines, and this one is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
To throw on 3rd down. Hines. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. No catches for him in the wild card win last week, but he's got a first quarter grab here.
Sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Hello? Yeah.
On 1st and 10, Hines. And right side, Henry's got it. The 20, 10, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about.
Correct. It's okay. Sorry.
Caleb Sturgis now for the point after. Sturgis adds the PAT, and we are tied at 7.
It's okay. Sorry.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And he almost flirted with disaster there, but it does get into the end zone before going out, and they'll bring it out to the 25. And now the Browns coming out on the field, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Finding some room at midfield. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Looking to throw. Klein. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 13 yards there, offset some of the penalty yardage as it's second down. A give to Jones. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Buying time to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On first down, Klein. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he'll be taken down deep into Charger territory. Give him 30 yards there.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
A terrible spot for a holding call as he'll try again, but now from further back on first and goal. From the gun, Klein. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on first and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further. Operating from the gun, Klein. Forced now, a loose football. The ball comes out.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Throwing on third and long. Klein. Flush to his right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a fourth down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
And his kick is
because I was the only one pushing for the two. I was like, he's worth it. The dude won the Heisman defensive back.
They had it first and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Because he's young and he has 99 route running.
The closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive, but you run out of space to run the deep route, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
Hold on. Let me take this call real quick. Give me 1 second. Hello?
Let's go! Brad 38! Brad 38!
Yes, ma'am.
Throwing on first down.
Quick question. I know my wife told me about the 1-on-2s. She said you guys had an option for tomorrow. Is that still available?
And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Deshaun Jackson, 75 yards. And the Chargers get the quick strike touchdown. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe
Super toe.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Ohio! Ohio! Let's go! Brad 38!
Off play action. Klein. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they could.
Yeah, because I didn't want to take him out of school. My wife didn't want to take him out of school. Why she didn't do the original one? But he has a half day tomorrow, so he gets one more on 11:40. But there's one after that.
They've got it here with a first down.
That works. That's good. We'll take the 1 o'clock.
Here we go! What?
From the gun, Klein. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
We got three, fellas. Come on, let's go! Brad 38!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
I was trying to move it up till tomorrow, and they got a spot, so. Yeah, she had me on the phone forever, though.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Klein under pressure here, and down he goes.
What are they calling me back? Hold on, they call me back
at about the 43-yard line. Larry Ogunjobi in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. So on 4th down, out comes the Browns kickers.
1 o'clock.
Back deep, Jakeem Grant. This is fielded.
Oh, no, I heard you said 11, but that's why I repeated. I was like, 1 o'clock, and you said yes.
As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger offense making their way back out there. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time. See if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
Yeah, Tristan.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time.
Yeah, I'm still on the phone with Tristan. I'm over here losing this game while I'm on the phone with all of you guys.
That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
I'm playing a playoff game.
1st and 10. Hines. Henry's got it.
I gave up two one-play touchdowns already.
40, they'll mark him down at the 39. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Getting exposed and getting sacked left and right.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things that they really want to accomplish and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Back to throw. Hines. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Well, this is simply a great read by a defensive back. It's 3rd and 10, so he sits right on where the yard-to-gain marker is, knows it's going to be a route around that distance, makes his read, breaks on the football, and makes a terrific play.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Okay, I know.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
Jesus
and he
Lord,
is
yo, I
back
can't
in
do
his
anything.
tracks behind the line of
Dude,
scrimmage.
offensive line.
They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
I'm streaming.
Joey
I'm
Bosa
playing
with
the
the tackle
Chargers,
for
but my
loss.
offensive line
How about
sucks.
that
The highest
pedigree in his
overall my
family?
offensive line
Yeah,
is
some
73.
good pedigree. Tell us about it, Mr. Davis.
I can't run the ball. I
Dad played
can't
in the
throw the
NFL
ball.
first-round draft
Like,
pick.
all my passes
Uncle was
have
a
to be really
first-round
fast
draft pick. He's got a
and
brother
on point.
coming behind him. But Joey Bosa,
Because you got Joey
plays
Bosa
really,
and
really
this
hard
other
and plays
dude.
all
Oh,
aspects
you
of
dropped the
defense.
wide open
Now
pass,
throwing
you
on
bum.
3rd
Oh,
down,
my
but he
God.
cannot connect.
I
And
gotta cut the ball.
incomplete. The contact
Freaking
made the
tight end
ball
just
run
dropped the
free and
easiest
brings
wide
up
open
4th
pass.
down.
I
The
just
Browns send out their punter
yards.
now
And then I
as
got
he'll punt it
and I
away
got-
for the 2nd time.
Uh,
He gets this one away,
He's
and
up
boy,
14
it's
times.
another
I
boomer.
think that was a horrible punt. Should have thought of it to pin him.
And that is much too long. That's
But
into
yeah,
the
my
end
offensive
zone
line
for a
is weakness is
touchback.
showing.
And the
I usually
Chargers
hide it
coming
by
out of the
doing a lot of
field
runs.
now. And
But
following the
just keeping it
interception,
simple
just any
until
interception, are
halftime.
you a little bit
It's
more
14-10
cautious
right
when you
now,
start
so once
that next
halftime
drive, or
comes,
no,
I'll
you
change
just
it
throw
up.
that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't
I'm the
affect me.
Brown.
Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being
I'm
too
trying to keep it
cautious
simple
because
from
now you can't
until
run any
halftime,
offense
and
at all.
change it
Still
up.
want to attack.
But
We'll
if
see
he
how they
scores-
attack them here. Well, the first
Yeah.
play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll
That
look
one
to move it
last season.
forward here on 2nd and 14. To throw on 2nd down. Hines. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because
Yeah, he
it was
does what he needs
contested
to
all
do.
the way. Would have been a great play
So
if
he
he'd been
does
able
what
to
he
hold
needs
that
to
one
do.
in.
The Chargers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3
Yeah,
thus
this
far.
is open.
This is 3rd and 14.
You can't know off the top of my head
Off the
besides
play
Cardinals.
fake.
The other
Hines.
team, I'm not quite sure yet. Oh my God, I'm done. I just gave him another free touchdown. I had an easy pick and I
20,
switched.
10, touchdown, LA.
I'm so
A
sorry.
big play there.
I just
84
had him for an
yards.
easy
And the
pick.
Chargers are
And
going
I
to add on to
freaking
their
moved.
lead.
I went for a swat instead of a pick.
Partner, you know what the real key is to stopping a good
Trying to
passing
go back to
attack?
sleep, but she's
You
fighting
tell
me.
me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy
I'm gonna have to
catches the
stand up,
football.
right?
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there
It's
on the
21 to
big
10 right
play.
now. I'm down to 11.
And that'll carry
It's
over the
divisional.
back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Browns getting set to go. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell
Can't
my
swallow
offense
it.
right here?
No.
Because doesn't exist, guys.
Like, I don't know if this is a side effect or what. But now, whenever I eat like something sweet, like if I have cookies, something, my stomach, like I have like period cramps. Like, it's like my body's rejecting me. I was like, yeah, please.
What's your deal? That's what's really happening.
Taking this shit no more. I was at work like,
calling no gain on the play. It'll be second down.
I didn't have time to take the pills in my work.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
He's like, I only want one, I don't get one. So you can take the other one. And I was like, yeah, sure.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Oh, nearly picked.
It's like,
yeah, maybe
lucky I'll tell you other team that's open.
Just getting defensively. 3rd down.
All right, good mommy.
I'm going to the bathroom. Right where you are.
The opportunity to change momentum. Big play, right in his hands. Unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief.
Yeah, I'm down 11.
That fell harmlessly to the ground. Looking to throw.
Throw the ball. I'm done.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. In there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And taken right on the 30. He won't go down. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
On 1st down, Hines looking middle, and it's incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Yeldon. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And on the ground they go with the running back. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give the tackle there to Keon Crossan.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
And they'll run it here.
I'm over it. All 3 of us get stuck on one guy.
And all the way in for a Charger touchdown.
All 3 of us get stuck on one guy.
Effort there. 34 yards. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. Point after now from Sturgis.
Come on, Harley. Daddy's in too much pain. I can't be holding you.
For the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on to the second down.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit again. Klein. That's going to be caught by Samuel. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more AFC playoff action after this timeout. The Browns on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Operating from the gun. Klein. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Come back and up fast when you go through. Yeah, I just gotta slow it down. But right now, this pin is making me think otherwise.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Ooh. So this the one with the pitch you did first in the Raiders Broncos? Correct. I read through the comments so simple like that's what I was going to do. Neither one of them wanted to play again. Yeah, they won't be able to play until tomorrow.
There's a give to Yeldon. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team.
And probably would have been disconnected with them again. And at that point, they were so frustrated, like DM both of them. The Raiders wasn't. Oh, shit. God damn, and he goes to that game too. Raiders wasn't really, you know, happy about a fair sin, but he was like, just at this point, I don't really care.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a
gosh, why is my quarterback playing?
You might need a massage from the trainer right now.
Rookie, but he is
he's getting.
Call it a 1-yard gain on the
play. That was a horrible pass. He was wide open.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat.
That was the first time he actually brought the house and I had you wide open. I couldn't get you the ball.
But this one is incomplete.
It's been my observation. There's been a nice variety of play calling defensively.
God, if I
you
take
and I
my
often
pin
talk
I might
about
pass
an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Back to throw. Klein
throw the ball.
Steps away to his left. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
I just can't run the ball right now.
Off play action. Klein. Going deep for Diggs.
This is the only bad thing about having a guy that has a cannon for a arm. Everything is going into the end zone right now.
But one thing that I've liked
everything's going past the end zone instead of sitting in the end zone. Like with Baker would threw that pass into the end zone, into the end zone
That's
for
why
me.
they haven't had much
Having
success
this
on the
freak
scoreboard.
of an athlete. The ball is going right into the damn.
Klein going deep for Diggs.
And you dropped it. Come on, Diggs.
12 seconds left.
You're my best wide receiver. I'm punting it. I ain't giving you no damn field goal. Yes, ma'am.
Out their punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today.
Why should he have to go close playing in tub water when I'm trying to evaporate?
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
And they've got enough to talk about in the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
RSPB?
Yes.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
Ohio! Ohio!
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you. And we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Good. But then yesterday, I was in pain, and this morning I'm in
Win or
pain.
go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
Why can't his guys get stuck on one player like how I was getting stuck on one player?
Plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too.
His linebacker right there.
Something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Yeah, I mean, I gave up a touchdown when I was became. When I gave up a touchdown, when I switched to the wrong player last minute. I switched to the player, but I hit what's it called? Swat instead of a pick. I give him 2 one-play touchdowns already in the game.
These pants make me look fat, and we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. 2 catches now in this
divisional and you know what? Last drive was key for me. I needed a last drive. If I would have scored last...
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks.
I would have scored last drive and then scored this drive. It's a ball game. But this drive, I have no choice but to score. There is no ifs or buts.
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations.
I need to score this drive and then play some hardcore defense.
Find him in this type of a situation.
11 more on that one and another
God.
First down. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Looking to
throw the ball. He's wide open. No, just do the check down.
To Jones in the flat.
Jesus.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
It'll be
a 3-yard gain, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll run it now out of the gun, and they will stop it.
Yo, where is the O-line at? I run to the middle too much. Everybody knows I run to the middle. Everybody stacks the middle. I'm about to start doing what everybody else does. I'm going to start running to the outside.
We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big
everybody knows I run to the middle all the damn
time. It's got to be priority one.
Because I had the outside wide open right there, but I don't like running to the outside if it's not an outside design run.
Yeah.
And it was
to throw on 3rd down. Klein got his target, Samuel, and he's taken down.
Yeah, but no, in that play I had the outside wide open, but it's not an outside run, so I'm not gonna run outside.
It's such a good route.
It was wide open. You might just do it.
3rd down,
I don't even care.
And a good pass.
Bounce to the outside.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are,
I need
the
you
more
to get there
confidence
fast.
your guy's going to
My
have
O-line
to go
holds
to
up.
you in important times because he
This
can
O-line
trust you
can't hold
being
up
in the
enough.
right spot, and they connected there and
bullied.
picked up the 1st down.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
They're getting
A
bullied.
good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
I'm about to kill him with, since he's blitzing all the damn time, I'm about to kill him with drags to open him up a little.
Back to throw. Klein over the middle, complete to Samuel. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes,
Riley?
you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation,
once I start getting him to try to manually play the linebacker, I'll be
get a
good.
good head of steam going.
Throwing on 1st down. Klein.
Throw the ball!
Go here. He lost
Oh my God, he's wide
the
open.
football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Look at this. He's sitting there wide open. I'm clicking it, and you want to finally throw it when you get sacked.
All the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes if they send some blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
They'll start out on the ground. It's T.J. Yeldon, and he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game.
I mean, our offensive line is just almost the same. My highest over was 74.
And at times,
it's just stupid.
Checks, just like a quarterback would on
Come on,
offense to get
it's
them
the
into
right
the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
How about you play his zone, Ward? Why would you? And you just, I'm done. And he breaks the tackle.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That'll put him close to 100 yards receiving. He's at 98, and he's got a 1st down.
Hey, the dude just stood there. Play his own. Why you guys acting special in the playoffs? Spread it. He's going out.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And not much there at all.
I need him to punt here. He cannot score. He cannot allow a score here.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw on 2nd down, Hines.
And you dropped the easy pick.
Picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free
Yo,
safety.
Madden really hates me right now.
That brings up 3rd down.
And you
Tremendous
dropped the
coverage
easy
there.
pick.
Just
It hits
did
you
not
right in the
catch the
damn
football
hand.
and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time?
Watch him convert this third down now.
He'd be
playing
offense.
The Chargers on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
That was smart to do a draw.
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him.
Myles Garrett and Johnson, where you guys at, man? I can't have no seconds to throw the ball, and you guys are better than this offensive line, and yet I'm getting no pressure.
And they'll go on the ground.
See, that's what I'm talking about. I just go to the outside, to inside run. I need to start doing that. I'm so used to just sticking to the inside run instead of bouncing outside. But everybody I play bounces to the outside and inside runs. I'm going to start doing that. I'm not going to keep it to the inside anymore.
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Yeah, and I have the running back to do that. So I think that's what someone will start doing. I'm just not, I don't know, I'm just so used to running inside of the
running game
time.
working, they'll stick with it on first down. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
Yeah. Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
You're going to have to lock up here.
If he kicks a field goal, game's over. Oh, let me put that down and play. Defense. I need y'all to stop that. Got that damn third down.
They'll try the ground game here with the running back.
This is when they need you guys to
forget
step
about
up.
finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen,
yeah, because he's milking clock right now, which is smart.
That didn't happen there.
So,
that play
right, like, in order for me to come back, I need a pick six or fumble right here.
4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7. And they'll go ground
so the inside run coming. You're not going to beat me on third down with the same thing
just
twice.
shy of the 25-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really
He's up 21. They can score 21 points in the fourth quarter.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board.
I'm trying to catch it. I'm trying to get my Raiders on return kickoff.
Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Now the
guys are not even reacting to the
ready to
ball.
head back onto the field, and they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly don't want to do that again.
He hasn't beat me in a while. He played a smart game. He usually always shuts down my run anyway. I usually just always beat him through defense and force him to throw kicks.
When you've entered that part of the field and to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
Difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. It's a room to maneuver. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that.
Yikes, thank Jesus he didn't jump. That was about to be a pick.
For a Browns touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Browns get a score closer.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
If you can hit the L2 and threw it low instead of lobbing it.
The throw, the
I'm
catch,
happy.
and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
If you would have jumped, you could have picked that up. If I lobbed it, that was a touchdown. That's what I'm saying. Like, I had the whole field open, I hit the wrong button, I hit L2 and down, they could just lob it to the left.
This will be a touchback as that sails.
All right, defense, turnover here, and right back in this.
This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Why can't that be a fumble?
Wagner coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away, because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them.
The shit out the quarterback. I was expecting him to drop it.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. From the gun, Hines. Gonna throw right side here, complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll get 9 yards. That sets him up better for third down. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the fourth quarter.
Ready? No.
This is a gamble right here.
The Chargers on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, Hines.
I saw it coming, and you dropped the pick. How you drop another easy pick? I saw the play coming. That could have been halfway. That could have been a pick 6. No, I don't like punts. Punts puts me deep in my side of the field. Pick 6, I could have been on his side of the field.
Especially in a spot like this, fourth quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, easy capital pick.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go
wide receiver came out of nowhere and he can knock the ball out my hands.
Be prepared for wrinkles and counters, because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give them a lot of confidence to help turn things around. Looking to throw on second down. Klein. And that is taken in by Njoku. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Ohio!
From the gun, Klein. Dancing to his left.
Lower it, man. Jesus.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. David Njoku was the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility.
That's what I'm saying, and I'm not getting any pressure with Garrett.
They've got the lead.
He's getting some
nice. He's
getting some
Maybe
nice
can expect more passes here. Like that downfield. Ball on the 42 right as they come up 2nd and 10.
Flex round! Ohio!
He's not going to make it easy.
To throw again, Klein. There he goes inside the 30. That's Njoku over the middle. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
his position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. The give is to Jones.
Oh, why did I juke?
Running right through it.
Why did I juke? I had the touchdown if I kept on running to the outside. Yeah, why do I have a bad habit of coming back to the inside? Oh, I just love inside runs.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell us running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create.
I just got to stick to what everybody else does. Run to the outside.
You did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
9 yards on the play there, and it sets them up first and goal. Now, yes, a two-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a two-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Now Jones. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Well, he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
One back in the game. That's Jones, second and goal.
Flex round! Flex round!
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Ronald Jones, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Browns are back within a score. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Need a turnover.
Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Jesus, second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback. Because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
But if I put you down, I'll go bother my wife. Ooh.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. And on the ground they go with a running back.
How do I miss that tackle? I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. But I knew it was an inside run. That the inside made him think the hole was open. I ran right to him and just walked right by him. I gotta put you down early, Daddy's hand. I hope that everything works.
Massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
Stay with Daddy.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
What an advantage having the elite guy in the middle of the defensive line because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Back to throw.
Oh, wait. Oh, my God. Look at this. I'm done. Good game. And then my offensive line misses the wide open ball. I'm over here clicking the ball to throw it. Nothing's happening. And then my offensive line jumps on the ball and misses it.
But that one,
good game. Madden picked the winner in the beginning of the
game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
They'll try and run for it with Yeldon. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
Good game.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
I'm going to lose off Madden BS. It's cool. It's always next year.
Game should be over now.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4 down territory.
I'll stay outside, Ron.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this one will wind up losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them. But
get
all
a pick
game
6.
long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him.
And then force him to play defense and use my time to get the ball back to drive down the game winning field goal.
The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
And Sturgis able to knock it through.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would have to return this kickoff.
So with that,
get a defensive strip,
pretty much out of reach
at
this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel.
Lord.
Don't go away.
He ain't giving me no chance to return anything. I haven't had a good chance at a return all game.
Aren't I, though?
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Offensive line
I like it, safety. Because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. So what are you, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Yeah, see, look how fast I had to throw that ball. I was about to get laid out again. Speaking, and that's crazy.
That play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield,
yeah, I know.
That's a lot of
but
fun.
I'm getting no pressure with Miles.
Line of scrimmage again, the 25.
No pressure at all, Myles Garrett. And I have like 0.2 seconds to throw the ball. I have to throw it fast. That's my only way of throwing the passes. If I don't throw it fast, I'm just fumble sack. Fumble sack.
39. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down.
What type of... Now my quarterback just throwing... I don't know what that was. You're about to see it.
Samuel, the intended target.
Dude was wide open. My quarterback just said, I'm just going to throw it whichever way I want.
Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This is a tough game. The left side completion to Jones. And he's got some space here.
There was nobody near me when I threw that pass.
Chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there, a 22.
I think either on the run pressure out. It was definitely a red icon.
So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. On 1st and 10, Klein.
Look at that. I can't even throw the ball now.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Klein. He's going to let it fly. And the
How did he pick that up in front of you?
Intercepted.
Good game.
Picked up by Casey Hayward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They begin with a run by Yeldon.
That's not a safety. Y'all can't push him backwards?
Only up to the 2-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Like, they was pushing him backwards, and all of a sudden, freaking, everybody just said, no, let him run forward.
At times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Oh, wow. And realize someone would hit him high and someone would hit him low and you would win.
Now they'll run it on the
Let him score.
toss.
I don't even actually know how to take that back. I can't let him score.
And he will finally be taken down up at the 43. A big play there for LA. 41 yards.